going on, guys? Welcome back to new video Z. Guys, today what I want to do, I want to actually take you guys on a little trading tutorial from start to finish. About a year ago I dropped a video like this where I showed you guys how I trade and showed you guys a framework and a strategy that you can say on how to trade. Most of you have seen how easy it is in a way. I've simplified day trading on this channel, but again, it's not as easy as it might look. There is a few things that go into place, but the fact is I've gave you guys a framework that anybody can use and everybody can use. So that's exactly what I want to do in this video. Go over this framework from start to finish. We're going to go through how to evaluate stocks, how to pick stocks, how to analyze them, and how to profit from them in this video. So we're going to do a live thing from start to finish. So most of you who are new to my channel, you might be introduced to a new whole way of trading on this channel, or if you've already been subscribed, you're probably familiar with the way I trade if you've watched my videos. So first thing first, let's go pick the stocks. After that, we're going to evaluate them, we're going to analyze them. After that, we're actually going to go trade them and profit from them. So stick around till the end, and before we get in, smash that like. And if you're new to my channel, if you get value at the end, don't forget that red button and smash that subscribe. I'll see you at the picking stage. Alright guys, so before we get into this tutorial, let me just go over the reason why a stock will go up or down in value. Now this is not new to many of you guys, especially if you followed my channel, but remember, a stock will go up or down in value significantly by 2 to 10% on daily basis because of something called a catalyst or the news. That's what affects a stock to shoot up or down in value. So if the news is good, i.e. it's going to create hype around the company or the stock will usually spike up on value like this. If the news is bad, i.e. it's negative, it's going to create fear. Therefore, the stock will drop on value, right? So just remember those two things, guys, because that's what will affect the stock to spike significantly in the long term. Now, we need to find out the stocks that will have news every single day, and we need to know which stock will move by 2 to 10%, right? Because that's what we require, and even 20%. That's what we need, guys, is those low large spikes. So what we need to do is we need to go to the internet and Google few things. Now what we're going to Google here is one simple keyword, and that is earner reports, right? That's what we need to Google here, earner reports. Give me a second. So just Google earner reports, and then you will come up to this first NASDAQ website. Now that's an actual official stock market website for the New York Stock Exchange. So let's look at stocks for April 17th. Okay, April 17th, guys. So you'll realize on April 17th there is all these stocks that are about to release earner reports. What is an earner report? It's a financial statement that basically every company will release every quarter. It shows the growth of the company. So what did we do here? We came to the exact date of when the company will release an earner report, i.e. the news, right, that we talked about. So every stock here is going to release an earner report, and there's plenty. So I'm just going to pick the one that I know will have volume. It's a big name. So I'm going to go for a stock called ETFC. I just seen it because that's on my list today, guys. That's what I'm about to trade. ETFC. That's the stock we're going to trade. See? Now, the report will be released on the 17th. So that's the stock. It's called E-Trade. So when we go on Google now that we know on that day, which is today, the stock will release an earner report. So what I do, guys, is simple. Type in ETFC stock. Okay? And we go down, and as you can see, guys, it actually released it yesterday's aftermarket. So it released a report, and ETFC stock gains as Q1 earner per share tops expectations. So that is good news, right? So obviously that creates hype. So the market has just spiked. The stock has spiked before the market even opens by 3%. Today I'm going to trade that stock because I believe that this stock is going to spike even further than 3%, right? Okay, so remember, we needed the news, a catalyst, and we know the exact day of the catalyst because I just showed you how to find it. And in this case, the catalyst is earner report, correct? So what do we have to do in this case? is go to the earning websites, find the stocks that we're going to trade, and then find out the report itself, analyze the report, which is what we're going to do now, and then trade that stock when the market opens in an hour's time. Okay, so E-Trade earnings, ETFC stock gains as Q1 earning per share tops expectations. So I'll see you in the next segment, and in the next segment, guys, we will trade that stock, or actually we will analyze that stock. Alright guys, so the next step is to actually evaluate the stock. Find out whether it's a buy or a short. Now, evaluation is the most important thing. That's where you actually find out where the trend is going or where the stock is going before market opens. So let's go evaluate the stock, and I'll see you in the next clip. So now it's time to analyze that stock, guys. So what I did, I actually just clicked on that article you just seen, okay? E-Trade earnings, ETFC stock gains. So this is the article that you will come across, and this is what my course is for, is to actually become an analyst in reading these. But I need you to just remember one thing, guys. Remember these two keywords here, because these are the two keywords that will make you successful in the long term. And that is, hold on. Okay, psychology and patterns. Those two things, guys, will either make you or break you. They will break you if you don't understand them and you don't use them in your trading, and obviously they will make you if you can use them. And I'm gonna use these things today, right? So most of you know the charts and all these kind of technicals isn't something that I use when I trade, but I trade patterns, and these are behaviors. Now, if you ask any successful trader, that's what they trade. Okay, so let's go back to actually analyzing the stock, or the report, which is the good news that this stock has released. So E-Trade unveiled positive quarterly earnings results. Okay, so every quarter, guys, a stock has to release an update to their financials, and financial growth obviously brings investors and brings volume into the stock, and it influences the stock to spike in value. So that's what we trade. We trade volatility. So quarterly earning results kick off its fiscal. Okay, so ETFC stock, ETFC is the name of the stock, it surged more than 3% after hours. Okay, so the New York-based financial service of $290 million for the period, or net income available to common shareholders of $270 million diluted earnings per share, came in at $109 per share, including a net benefit of 19 or 8 cents. So they came back. So after analyzing this, guys, there's plenty of tutorials on my channel, so make sure to have a look. I show you how to analyze these. It basically shows growth, right? They performed better than last year. This year, they performed better than last year. So what does that say to investors? That says that this company is actually growing, correct? So now that we analyze this, there's only one thing left. We know where the stock is going, and we can actually back it up with, let's see. We can back it up with the pre-market and see where it's headed. It's already up $1.53. Now, you don't get that in a stock on average, guys. That's why we trade those specific dates and those specific stocks, because we get that huge volatility in the stock. So our next kind of step is to actually trade that stock. Now that we found out that the news or the catalyst is good, so the stock has released good report, and obviously it's backing it up with the pre-market, the next stage is to trade. Okay, now it's not just based on fundamentals here. Like I said, psychology and patterns. That's what comes up in the long term, guys. Psychology and patterns. Now, you only find the patterns when you're in the market for a while, and that's what I have in my course. So most of you have those patterns, but those are the things that will come up time and time again. These are behaviors that will occur in a stock, especially when it comes to earner reports, and that's what you will need to know, guys, in order to be successful and profitable in the long term. Now, I'm going to stop promoting my course here, but in the long term, that's what you will need to know. It's trade, psychological, and patterns. Okay? Okay, let's stop talking. We found the good report, right? We analyzed it. We found the stock. We analyzed the report, and we found out that it was a good report. And to back up our decision, obviously you can look at pre-market and you will see it's already up in the green. If it's good report, remember the stock shoots up. If it's bad, the stock goes down. So now our final step is to actually go to the computer, which is what we're at the moment. I don't know why I said that, and actually trade that stock. So we're going to go to our brokerage account and trade ETFC, and obviously we're going to make money either by shorting that stock or betting or buying that stock, because this is the behavior. I already know the behavior of that stock on good earnings. So I can either play the pullback to that stock, because after every spike there has to be a pullback, guys. So just make sure, guys, to look at my previous tutorials, because it will explain it even further. I don't want to kind of ramble on in this video. I just want to guide you. That's all I want to do in this video. And put your foot in the door. That's just the beginning, guys. And I just want to make it easier for you guys to actually trade. So after this, we'll go to the computer, and then we'll take a little break and actually wait for the market to open and make some dough. See you in a few minutes. Alright guys, so now that we picked the stock, now that we analyzed the stock, the next stage is actually going to be us trading that stock. What we need to do is go to the computer and trade that stock, right? Obviously it might seem simple at this stage, but once you go through the actual trading part of things and you do it yourself using what you just been taught here, you will find out that it's actually simple, but again, it's not when you want to be consistent and profitable. That's the hardest part, is to be consistent and profitable, and that comes with time and education. And also stick around till the end, because I have a few things that you will need to know if you're going to go ahead with my trading style here. So let's go to the computer, guys, one more time, and I'll see you at the end. Okay guys, so what we did, we found a stock that has good earnings, right? So this is what we did. We went and looked at the NASDAQ website, found the stock that has a good earner report. We came here, searched for that stock, all right, ETFC. We searched for that stock, just a simple Google search, and it reveals that it's up 3% before market opens. We looked at the actual report released, which is yesterday after market, or you can say it's today. You can see the report looks good, and that right there is something you have to work on, is to analyze properly as a beginner. Plenty of tutorials in my videos. Now we go to our brokerage account, guys. We simply search for that stock that is called ETFC. Okay, now this is the chart for ETFC, and the market opens in 1 minute. Okay, so ETFC, it just opened up, matter of fact, and I'm gonna go in and buy few shares here in ETFC, but I'll wait for that pullback. All right, so I know it's gonna shoot up in value because of history and pre-market. It hasn't spiked, so it's not really. Usually I recommend 10%, but it hasn't spiked pre-market, so I'm just waiting for a pullback, and then I'll jump into that stock. We're still in the beginning stage, waiting for a pullback. So here is me entering ETFC, guys. Just bought 400 shares of ETFC. And then I'll add another, possibly 200 here. So 600 shares of ETFC, okay? So I just got in at 51.38. Current price is 51.36. I'm down $10. Now the reason, and how am I managing risk? Well, I'm actually jumping at the right side of the trend. So I'm actually jumping with the positivity. So at the moment we're $98, $100 up, because we're spiking and pre-market. And I know this stock, guys, because of something called patterns and behaviors. Now most of you know a pattern that we have, and I don't want to really reveal patterns here because it wouldn't make sense, but I'm just gonna pause my chat here with my students. Just gonna exit. So let's go back, okay? And what I want to do, guys, is just wait, because it's only 1 minute into market open, okay? And a pattern occurs, usually a spike, pullback, and so something like this that we already know will happen before it even happens. So that's why I'm not really panicking. Okay, so if we go back to ETFC, let's see. I'll wait for that stock Okay guys, I'll pause this and I'll keep you guys updated. It's only 2 minutes into market opening now, so I'll pause this and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, so I added another 200 shares. I was in the red, but then obviously because it's only 7 minutes in, I expect volatility. But I am at the right side of the trend. Everything is ticked off on my checklist, and yeah, so far we're $138 up. We're aiming for that 52 figure right here, guys. If we hit that 52, we'll probably take the money and walk away. That means we'll get away with something like whatever 400 or so in the space of a few seconds, right? A few minutes. So I'll pause this and I'll keep you guys updated because I don't want you guys to keep waiting. So I'm just waiting at the moment for the stock to kind of, because there is a lack of volume. So here you go, guys. $200. Quick $200 in 7 minutes. 300, okay? 350. So the stock is spiking, guys, in my favor. So we're gonna hit 52 and then we're gonna do a pullback. So $400, as you can see, guys, $400, and I will take that money soon enough and walk away. Okay, I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to take my money and walk away, guys, because we will find resistance. That's one thing for sure. Okay, and resistance is coming. Look, I'm greedy. I do want to take the money and walk away, but I am greedy, guys. So I'm gonna have to just walk away. There we go. 450, guys, in the bag, and that's how we day trade, right? Based on what I just taught you, that's how we make money. Real quick, $400, $450, guys, or 400 pounds in the space of 10 minutes of market open. Why? All based on something called news, earning reports, financial growth, which is what the earning report shows, and also, so here's some of you guys trading also. This is my chat room. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's how we make money when it comes to day trading, the Z Monopoly way. So now that you know, guys, how to pick a stock, how to analyze it, how to trade it, that is actually a strategy that I personally use, and many of my students, I don't want to say students because I don't want to be that guy that comes out and say he's an educator of the internet. I'm not. I'm just here to give back to you guys. But many of those who have my course use this way of trading, but there's more to it, and that's us finding patterns, behaviors, because that's the hardest part, is to actually be consistent. So in order to be consistent and profitable, i.e. making that money every single day, you need to find an edge, and that edge, guys, is what makes you into a profitable trader. Okay, it's finding the edge. The edge comes with experience and comes with time. So you have to find that edge with experience and with time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you again for more videos. If you made it this far, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. I'll see you for more videos, guys, and I appreciate you for watching. But just make sure, in order to be consistent, you have to, guys, find an edge. What you have been given here is the basics, about 50-60% of the actual strategy. And you'll see many traders use this way, but my way of doing things is based strictly on patterns or behaviors that come time and time again, and also the fundamental side of things. So if you enjoyed this, I'll see you again for more videos. There's plenty of tutorials on my channel, guys. Appreciate you for watching, and the course is in the description if you're interested in going ahead fully with my way of doing things. But hopefully you got value with the free content. Peace and love, just like always.